Good morning or good afternoon. It is really my honor to be here online to have the meeting with you, and it is really my pleasure to share my experiences in China, how the Chinese government and the Chinese teachers try to develop all the teachers and try to raise their quality of teaching and education. Now, please let me to share my PPT with you. Yes, I give myself a title or topic, a triangle system for teachers' professional development in China. 中国经验三位一体的教师专业发展体制. Let me give you a picture first. Yeah, very brief introduction to China and Chinese education. China is a very large country with a population of 1.43 billion people, and therefore it has a very large educational system. In last year, we have 280 million students and 18.7 million teachers. The growth rate of preschool education now developed to 92.9%, and the growth rate of a 9-year compulsory education accomplishment is 96.1%. In the last few years, the high school education developed very quickly. Now it is also very high rate, come to 92%. Higher education now come to universalized, the mass higher education. Now we have 61% of the 18 to 24 age group of young people come to the higher education. Therefore, we need a very large force of teachers, qualified teachers. So we can see the last 15 years, in the year 2010, at that time, the preschool teachers are not very many thousand. That means 1,000,030 teachers serve for the preschool education. But now it is just doubled, right? 2.61 million of the teachers. Now the primary education teachers, middle school teacher education teachers, then high school teachers also doubled. At that time, 1.5 million. And now we have up 2.3. Higher education teachers, the teachers in universities and the colleges also almost doubled. At that time, 1.3, now we have a 2.22. So this is a very general picture of the teachers in number. But most important, it is not the quantity development in the last few years. The most important thing in China is how to raise the Chinese teachers' quality. So we can see many countries, they send delegations to China, or I was invited by the governing country, the other governments invite me to go there to introduce the Chinese development education, especially teacher education, right? So this is the British Prime Minister. When she was the Prime Minister, yeah, she went to China. When she was the Minister of Education, she went to China. Although in the seats of the Prime Minister, she worked a very short time. Yeah, this is a USA Minister of Education. He went to my university and talked with me. And then he is the Prime Minister of Australia. He invited me to go there and introduce the education there in China. So he said, we shall learn from the best education system. This is the Prime Minister of Malaysia. When he was on the seats, on the place, he with us and have a very good talk. Of course, there are some developing countries. This is a Canada delegation led by Teachers Commission leader to Shanghai. Then this is in the last few years, I was invited by United States, the First Lady and the Minister, First Lady Biden and the Minister of Education. They invite me to give a lecture to them about the Chinese experiences. So because all of that, the Shanghai teachers developed very quickly, and in very high quality, and our students got a PISA in reading, math, and science, always in the top of their PISA, right? Therefore, the UNESCO said, oh, we should set up a teacher education center in Shanghai. So now I directed that institute. We call it Teacher Education Center under auspices of UNESCO. And in this year, UNESCO set up another institute called the STEM Education Institute in Shanghai. So this is the picture. At that time, our center was approved by UNESCO. Then, why they can do that? Why the Shanghai, the students always in the top for PISA, and also Shanghai, the teachers are always in the very front, very far from in the TEDx, the Teacher and Learning International Survey by OECD. Why? I considered maybe the secret is we have a triangle interrelated system for our teachers' development, for their quality raising, all right? So the first is the teachers' career development ladder. So this is the ladder. Yeah, ladder teachers are from very young to very senior. They have the ladders for that. They have the lifelong development in their life. So this is very important. And the second, their work should be evaluated, right? If they did very good, they should have some rewards. So we have the performance evaluation and the rewards. So this part, the original one. And then the third, we have the in-service training, because if they want to have their better performance, if they are trying to improve their teaching, they should learn, they should update their skills, update their educational ideas, conceptions, right? They have the new tools and skills. So they should have in-service training. And all these three triangle, I think, is meet the teachers' motivations. Because all the people, according to the American psychologist, Maslow, he said all the people should not only survive as a person, then they want to do something, then they should be recognized by society, and they try to realize their dreams. So there is the different the motivation in every teacher's deep heart, right? So if you give them the development, give them the chance, give them to recognize by society, why not? So the first, they meet this kind of triangle system, this kind of career ladders, meets the teacher's needs. They're demanding, that's psychological demanding, to realize their future, to realize their dream, to be recognized by society. Their work are very important, and they did the great contributions to society. Such kind of things should be met by the government, by the society. So this is very important. Of course, when I come to the United States, the people say, how you can evaluate your teachers, how the teachers can be primary, secondary teachers, can have the career ladder. Of course, we should pay attention to, we should very carefully and set up a very, fair, well-designed system. So the government and the teachers union, they should do together. Of course, the other stakeholders, they should have a very well-designed, carefully designed, fairly designed system. So let us to see. The triangle system, the first is the teacher's career development ladder. So that it is very important. In Europe, it's also called a trajectory, right? So we can see the career ladder. All the teachers, if you want to be a teacher in China, so they have 4 channels. The first channels, you become the student teachers, and at the end, got to the education, master degree of education. So this is there. So if you undergraduate, you learn something, physics, language, history, or something like that. Then after that, you got a med or master of ed in education. So this is one way to be a teacher. And then second is the bachelor, educational bachelor degree, right? Not only for engineering, physics, history, language. You must graduate, learn the special subjects, and also learn education pedagogy. Then you can become a teacher. Then the third, you got to graduate, got a bachelor degree, try to pass the teacher certificate examination. So in China, we have the public open examination. All people, if you want to be a teacher, you got a degree, and then you try to learn the teacher's courses. Then you pass examination. If you pass, you can be the candidate of the teachers. The fourth, you are a graduate from all the other areas, even the other countries. Then you got a bachelor degree, and then you also take the teacher certificate examination. So after that, you can come into the school. Of course, the school will recruit people. Not all the people hold a certificate, hold a master's degree can come to school. The school they have the recruitment according to the plan. So after that, you should be trained an induction year in the 1 year as an in-service training. So after that, you should have the junior grade teachers. In the first year to fifth year, you will be the 5 years for your junior grade. Then middle grade level teachers, usually 3 years to 10 years. Then the senior grade teachers for 10 years to 30 years. In the duration of these 30 years, some model teachers, very good teachers, excellent teachers, they will be named as the master teachers. It is a special kind of award, just a kind of reward. If you got that, your salary will jump and you will have a higher social status. Then the fifth is very important. Usually I found in some countries, they have the career ladders, but they have never this one. But in China, first in Shanghai, now in the whole country, we have the professorship grade teachers. So after 15 years or 10 years of the teachers, you not only to teach well, and you can help the others, and also you try to find some pedagogy knowledge. Just like professor in university, they not only to teach their children, the university students, but they also found the knowledge, discover some knowledge. So if you find some knowledge in pedagogy, education, yes, you can be a professorship grade teachers. Of course, some teachers, they are always be a teacher in their lifetime, but some teachers will be the school principals, but school principals are different from the school teachers. Yeah, usually teachers, they can take care by themselves, but the career in school principals, they try to organize the teams of the teachers. They were paid attention on the school cultures. They were making the plans for teachers, and they should do the curriculum and leadership. And they should, deal with the outsider of the school, the relationship, the risks, all those kind of things with the society, with the community, with the government, with the nearby organizations and business or something like that. So the school principals also, they have ladders. So usually the junior teachers will not be the school principals. If they come to the middle, some teachers, they release their high capacity in organization, in administration, in management, maybe they will move to be school principals. Yes, they have the secondary level school principals. Then some senior teachers, they have this first grade school principals. They have a master teachers, also they have the master school principals. They have a professorship teachers and a professorship school principals. So I think in this way, all the teachers, all their life, not only we ask them to have the lifelong learning and lifelong development, but we designed a very good careers for them. So the teachers, they improve their teaching and they improve their working for organized schools whole their life. And then they step by step come to the top. Of course, every time they jump to another step, their social status, their incomes will jump to another level. Yes. So when I said that to United States teachers, some people say, how can you do that? I said, in fact, I learned from the Western countries. I found in the university in the United States, you have lecturers, you have associate professors, you have professors, you have a chair professor. Why? The university teachers, they are professional. They can have their different social status and encourage all teachers and recognize by society, by their scientific society, community. Why they can, why our primary and the secondary school teachers cannot. So I think this is very important. But of course, if you want to design the ladder, you should have your standards. You should do a lot of open criteria for all teachers, let them know. If you want to have the career ladders, you want to climb that, you should do that. Yeah. So we can see we have a lot of things. One is the performance evaluation, right? You have a lot of things to do. Yeah, registration. Every 5 years, you should readjust it again, re-readjust it again, right? Every semester or annual, you are reviewed by every teachers. And then if you want to promotion, every teachers, every time you have meet the criteria. Usually we have 6 to 8 criteria: your education, academic training, your in-service training, your commitment in teaching, your workloads, your work experiences, and your rewards from the society, and the teachers, the contribution for the schools and the community. So after that, you will, evaluate it, and in the top, you will get the first chance to go up. So not only these three are personal, right, individual. So every 5 years, you should be re-registered, and every term and every year, academic year, you will be reviewed. And then when you want to have the promotion, you will be, appraisal or say evaluated. All these three are personal, individual, but we also have the collective, because all the teachers are working together. In the modern society, no one teacher can educate as a whole man all around the development. Some teachers teach science, some teachers teach their language. So we all teach some area, so you should do together. In others, organizations in China, we also have teaching research groups. That means in all the subjects of teaching, we organize teachers into those groups so they can discuss something together, improve our teaching together. They have promote our teachers' personal development together. So we have our collective evaluation. Even the schools, different schools, they have their evaluation by local community and by the regional government, educational bureau or province. We have the top schools, and every year we have the good, excellent schools. Right? So beside that, very regular evaluation. We also have a lot of various competencies, contests, and awards. So we have different levels. We have the school levels, we have local levels, provincial or municipal levels, and the national levels. We have different units, individual competence, individual work. We have teacher groups and the schools and local bureaus. So all the work units can organize something and then to join some competencies or contests or games that show your best way of teaching, show your best way of working, right? We organize in various kind of contests in the different aspects. Some for young people, some for middle-aged people, some for senior teachers, because the senior teachers, of course, are more experiences, but young people, maybe they use the best of their in AI, right? Designing AI. So different age group will organize some different tests, different games. And sometimes we organize teaching, sometimes project-based lesson design, some homework design, some ICT AI skills. Even we have some best design for school and the teacher's relationship. How to do that? When every time you got the best excellence, you will got a lot of medals or honors. We have this is a national one. This guy did very good in Shanghai. He not only did very good work for Shanghai, and then he come to Xizang, that means the Tibet, organize the Tibet schools, go better and better, and then he become a national hero, right? Yeah, in the Shanghai level, we have a lot of that in the school level, in the university level, in the school level, in the bureau level. So a lot of people to have a best performance evaluation and awards. So of course you get some awards, then your way for climb the ladders will be shorter. Maybe you can do better in the future, right? So then we have the in-service training. So in-service training is very important because if you want to improve your work, you can be trained, right? So the training is important. It is do the service for the teacher's professional development. So in Shanghai, in China, we have such kind of characteristics. First, the time arrangement. every week, the primary and secondary school teachers have a half working day for their learning, for their development. Yeah, in the whole nation, in China, we have a lot of Chinese, the teachers college or universities offered a lot of courses. So maybe Friday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday afternoon, you said, oh, I'm a language teacher. So Shanghai Normal University have a training programs. I want a half day for my in-service training. Yes, the school can allow you. So every teacher in Shanghai and almost in whole China, we have a half day in the week. You can use that time, spend that time to be your in-service training. And usually in the 2 weekend day, Saturday or Sunday, sometimes more than half of teachers will do their high degree learning. For example, I'm already a master's degree teacher, but I still want to EDD, education, doctor. I want that doctor. I want to do the service. I want to take some courses. No problem. Usually, you are encouraged to spend 1 weekend day. Some teachers choose a Saturday. I come to university. Sometimes some teachers choose the Sunday. That's okay. So every week, in fact, they have a half day in working day and also a day for their high degree study. Yeah, high degree study usually, yeah, in the weekend. So this is time arrangement. And every school, they have a school-based training time, usually 2 or 3 hours. It is not the outside of training, but school-based. So all our teachers were organized in the subject and the grade. Some schools called form, some schools called grade 5, grade 4. So every week, usually in the afternoon, 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the PM, they will get together to have the school-based training, school-based discussion. In the discussion, you solve the problems and raise your professionalship. So this is the time arrangement. And also financially, the government will support all the school-based training. Even we invite some lecturers or professors, experts to come to your school to help some teachers. Usually teachers will not pay. The school-based training are paid by the school because our law, the labor law, have a very clear article. They said every work unit should spend 3% of the money, that means equal to the salary, should be used on the teacher's training, on labor's training. So all the school-based training by school, paid by school. The high degree training fees, because you come to university, you have a high degree, master degree, or PhD or EDD, you have to pay. But it is, in fact, paid by the school. Usually, the school will encourage you to study. When you study, you pay the fee first, then you got a receipt, invoice. When you got a degree, finish your study, and come back to this school, you still on the teacher's force, then the school will return the money for you, the fees for you. This is the second, very important. And most other projects based by the government will pay, or jointly. Usually we said the sharing. The government pay 1/3, the school pay 1/3, and the personally pay 1/3. Because, for example, every year we send some teachers to Finland. Then the government will pay more than half. The school will pay, another half. Then you can maybe 1/4, right? Because anywhere you will have to have your meals. So you pay your meals, but the other payment by the government, especially the international or the cross area. For example, we send some teachers to Beijing, or some Tibet teachers the schools will send some teachers to Shanghai to study. Those kind of costs will covered by government. So on the time and the financial support, after that, the government will have the requirement. Every teacher, at least every year, you shall have more than 540 hours. Every 5 years, when you can have a promotion, we will check whether you join in-service training. Because we believe that the in-service training update your knowledge, update your skills, update your conceptions, and developed. So before you want to have a promotion, usually 5 years or 10 years, or 5 to 10 years, So in the duration, the teachers had to be required to show your in-service training, right? In-service training. And then if you want to be a professorship teachers or master degree teachers, you not only join the training, while you should providing guidance and the training programs for other teachers, young teachers, as a mentor or as an expert, as a program developers. So the master teachers not only teach, but also training the other young people, young teachers, and sharing your knowledge with the young teachers. And so in this way, all teachers are growing, right? And I found in the recent years, more and more arranged training, the training for the curriculum reform, AI, for social emotional support, all those kind of topic, we invited or say encouraged all teachers to learn. So arranged to self-driven, because more and more teachers, they found that they have their own topic, they have their own interest learning areas, they want to improve their some kind of actions and conducts. So they can have the self-driven learning even by researching to do something and developing. For example, in some mathematics teachers, they say, oh, I not only want to learn, but I found some secret in mathematics teachers. May I develop some AI or ICT or digital tools for other teachers? Yes, we encourage them. We encourage them. So in these days, not only we have the teachers arrange the training for you, but you can raise your own interested learning programs, research programs, and development programs. So this is the in-service training. So all these kind of institutions will give you the chance. So university will give you degrees and series, right? But maybe not so practical. So teacher training, teacher education college in Shanghai, in every province, they have the teacher education college. Some teachers call it teachers college, some call it teacher education college. Yeah, almost the same. So usually they will concentrate on curriculum and special tasks. In China, usually every 5 years to 10 years, we have a new round of curriculum. And every 5 years or 4 years, we have 5-year plan. So we have some reform and change in curriculum, in tools, in tests. So those kind of education college will give you some very clear area, arranged a lot of training, right? Then the school-based training, that means in the school base, you can have the common topics, common challenges, common students, even the common topics, yes? For example, we group of the teachers, we teach the mathematics. So they teach the language, they care history. Yes, you have the common topics. The students may be almost the same, in same age for the group 5 or say grade 5 or grade 4, they have the similar problems, right? So they can have the experience sharing. They have the problem solving. They have a tested pedagogy content knowledge to revealing, right? Tested knowledge. At first, it is my personal experiences, and then we can share by others. In the process of sharing, I suddenly found so-called tested knowledge. Now I can speak out. Let it become explicit. So these are very important. And also we have a teachers union, teachers association. For the science teachers association, we have the language teachers association. We have the teachers union. They organize something. For example, the teachers union will have some social emotional support for teachers. They have some lectures, they have some events, they have the activities. Yes, we can do that. But theirs are usually piecemeal. Yeah. Of course, in those kind of association, the professional people will have a more identity in these groups. Now, more and more people can do in IT, ICT, in AI, in others, so you can have the personal choice. So all these are training institutions. All the training institutions, they can have the advantages. Also, they have the disadvantages. Let the school leaders to know you can organize, you can use all those kind of institutions and try to develop your teachers. So we have also very kinds of the school-based training programs. So we have a mentor system. All the young teachers have their mentors. The master teachers will guide you, help you improve your teaching action, right? And we have teacher research groups, subject-based. All the teachers get together in the same subject, they will improve you. For example, in China, we in Chinese language, we have no such kind of saying, it is that. So for young people, young teacher, they say, oh, it is very difficult for me to teach, it is that. But experienced teacher, senior teacher say, oh, according to my personal experience, you can do that, you can do this. What are the most important points? And what kind of mistakes the students will make? So in this way, we share in experiences and cover the problems or challenges the young people have. Then beside the teacher research groups, we have a grade groups. Yeah, based on the forms and the grade, different teachers in the different subjects, but they teach in the same grade, they will get together, solve the similar age students' problems. For example, the fresh people in middle school, they have some problems in the graduate year, they will have the career guidance like that. In the year 2 or year 3, you will organize some whole school organization activities for sports, for music, for visit or something like that. So you can discuss those kind of things in your grade groups, and even some students will have like psychological health, mental health problems, or have their family, schools, relationships, those kind of things. So matters can be solved in the grade groups, and also, of course, based on the sharing of your experiences. And also, it is very important, very, very popular, the classroom observation. So if it is a very best way to learn from the other teachers. We encourage all teachers, especially young teachers, to come to the senior teachers. Then you can see what the senior teachers, experienced teachers, how they teach. Then you can learn. Of course, you can discuss with them. Now it is becoming a scientific way, they call lesson studies. And next year, the year 2027, the global lesson study conference will happen in Shanghai. Welcome you to come. And if we said these kind of things are, our eyes observation, now we can also use the video studies, right, to do that. Then we have the research project. We have the school, in the school-based internal appraisal in this based on these organizations. And also now we have the teachers' professional development schools in Shanghai, more than 250. So not only help the teachers in our schools, that the nearby schools get together, they can share the experiences together, right? So let me say, better teacher, better education. Thank you for your listening. Thank you. Yeah, that's my talking. Thank you very much. So welcome you to Shanghai. In the future, I really hope you will have the chance to come to visit Shanghai. And in fact, I first prepared in the November to virtual country, but because of the special time, the TTF meeting will move to SLB. But anyhow, I think in the future, we will have the chance to meet each other. Welcome you to Shanghai. Yeah. Thank you.